Hi, this is Ricky at Red House Mountain Realty. I'm on the website here at redhousemountainrealty.com, and I wanted to take a second to look at the advanced search feature. There's a couple of ways to access the advanced searching here, and the primary way is under Search Tools. The very first one here, Advanced Search for maximum filtering. That's the one we're going to take a look at. And it brings up a pretty intense, intimidating looking set of filters. But when you're ready to get serious about your filtering, this is the one you want. It has a few things in here that are populated by default. For example, residential is the default, but you can change that and come down if you're looking for land or perhaps commercial. But let's just leave it residential. Active is by default selected because most of the time we're looking for not things that are under contract or sold, but active listings. The MLS, the default here is the primary one here in Colorado Springs, the Pikes Peak MLS, which covers primarily El Paso and Teller counties, but it does stretch out beyond that. We have 3 MLSs feeding into our advanced search. One being Westcliff, which is primarily Custer County, covering the community of Westcliff and the several surrounding communities. And then RA Colorado is a big one. It stretches all the way up past Denver, and but primarily it's going to cover your Elbert, Douglas, Park, and Chaffee counties. So we're going to leave it at the default Pikes Peak, the primary one here in Colorado Springs. Now you can go ahead and put in a postal zip code. If you want to isolate a particular area by zip code, city, or county, you can do that here. We're going to leave that blank. And if you leave it blank, it's going to pull up everything in this MLS that meets your other filter requirements. So by default, minimum is 1,000, maximum is 2.5 million. So let's come in here and let's make this, I want to keep it high. Let's go 850,000. Oops, that's not going to work because I want to get a big search return so we can really filter to see how these filters work. Be sure to click on it in the drop down to make sure that it actually went in. That trips me up every once in a while. You can put in your bedrooms, bathrooms, square foot, acreage, those sort of things if you want to. I'm going to leave all that blank. Everything above this search line here is your basic search. This is on all of the searches and there's nothing special about that. But below this line is the advanced search fields. And you can really get granular down here. If you want to, you could, let's say, you really are looking for wood floors. If the agent has checked wood floors are in the house, this is where that would, you can filter for that. If you wanted your bedroom on the main floor, interior features, there's several here to filter for. Laundry facilities, if you click on it, it'll load your values. And maybe it was important for you to have the laundry on the main floor or up with your bedroom or whatever. You can do that here. See, cooling, depending on what area you're in. If you're up in the mountains or down Colorado Springs, you want to make sure that you have central air, that sort of thing. You can select that there. I'm going to leave that blank for now. There's lots of things here that you can filter for. I'll just kind of let you take a peek while I'm going through it. Some very neat filter options here. And some of these things are more relevant to different areas, like, you know, high-speed internet may be a much bigger deal up in the mountains, where we take it for granted here in Colorado Springs. So that's why some of these filters are on here, is just because of the different dynamics that are going on. Let's just skip down. I'm not going to go through all of these, but let's just say you want a greenhouse. That is on your wish list. And let's see, we've got wood floors and a greenhouse. Let's keep to 2. If you over filter to begin with, you'll return 0 results and you won't know why. But if you kind of start slow and just pick your favorite hot buttons and then come back and modify your search, it'll work better for you in the end. So let's hit search. See what we're pulling up. We've got, out of the whole MLS, there were 12, in that price range, there were 12 places that had a greenhouse and wood floors. So that's probably filtered down enough, but let's say we did want to filter some more, or maybe we wanted to take one of our filters off. We would come up here under modify. That would give us access to what we had going there. And let's say we decided we had maybe over filtered, and I'm just going to take the floor off. And we want to take this floor off. I would just hit Command and click on wood floor to remove that. Let's see what happens if you just click it. Yeah, if you just click it, it stays. You have to hold down your button there to release that. And let's go over here and let's look for a mountain view. Let's try a mountain view in a greenhouse. Now we have 18 results. So that just tells you how to filter and then re-gauge your filtering. So you start up here with your advanced search, and then from your results page, you click modify. And then once you've kind of, obviously you've got a nice map here to show you where these things are, and you can click on the properties from here. And I like the way they highlight to show you which one you're looking at. That's handy. But let's click into one of them real quick. This pop-up is going to come up every once in a while. You can close out of this, but let me go ahead and tell you what it is. This is to prompt you to sign up for the website. It says, do you know that you can save your favorite properties and create custom searches? When you register, you'll be able to receive automatic updates by email. Happy searching. And you can use your Facebook account just to log in automatically. But basically what this does is you can save these searches. So if you go through a lot of effort to dial in on the area you wanted to look at and the features you wanted, you can save that and then have it automatically email you anything that comes on the market that was what you were looking for. But let's just close out of there and take a look at the more detailed view of that property. And there's some nice search tools here. If you go down, you can see that let's see, they're asking $775 for this house. They recently had a price drop of $23,000. Got your basic information here. And then if you go down, you'll see an estimated value. And this is pulling in some really good data here to do an automatic valuation on that property. Obviously, that is not as accurate as an appraisal or having an agent actually look at it with you, but this is a good ballpark just to show you how close. This is similar to like a Zestimate you might see on Zillow, but it's a different set of data that's coming in here, and it will give you the confidence score of its look to see what the comparables are around how many it has and how similar they are. And it will tell you how reliable that it believes this estimate is. And this is a 4-star. Sometimes you'll see 5-star confidence. That's a pretty good indicator that this is a good number. And what the range means is it's saying between 655 and 886 was possible for this particular house that they have at 775 after a price drop. That has to do with the features inside. Like if it had a lot of updates, upgrades, and was in really good condition in comparison to the neighbors around it, you know it's going to be at this higher end. But if it looks pretty similar to the comparables around it, then this is probably when it is looking comparable to its comparables, then this is your number. And if it looks below grade, like the finishes are not as nice or it's not as upgraded as the comparables around it, then it's going to be down at this lower end. So that's kind of how that works. There's some really good tools here. And now let's look at, you can click into larger images. Some of them have full screen images and some of them don't. It just depends on what's there for you to pull up. But let's go back to the front page. And another way you can access the advanced search is when you're in the communities tab. Well, actually, let me just kind of talk about this for a second. The advanced search with the max filters is accessible from a couple of other places. This is when you want to drive yourself. You want to start from scratch and you want to, you're ready to search on your own. But if you're not quite ready for that, you might want to look at our featured searches. Our featured searches are ones we've already put together for you and grouped, not by price, but by feature. So let's just say horse properties. Let's look through these. Mountain view properties, communities, farms and ranches, handicapped accessible homes, mountain properties, and then there's a whole nother subset of mountain properties with, mountain land with a stream. There's some really neat ones here. Mountain land with big views. That means probably 360-degree views on most of those properties. Borders the BLM or national forest. That's homes, not land, but homes that have property bordering the national forest or BLM lands. Mountain land with a well already drilled in it. Really neat searches already put together for you. But let's go up here and let's just do Colorado mountain view properties. And these are by community. You know what, instead of doing this one, because this one is pretty basic, let's go to one of the bigger searches. Let's go under here, featured searches again. The communities is the most popular one. Shopping by communities in the area and the feature is so popular, it's up here on the main menu as well. Same search. So communities, let's go into Black Forest Homes. Excuse me. Under Black Forest, we're showing 250 units right now. There's a map here with them laid out that you can click straight in, or you can go down here and see the searches that we've put together. Here's Black Forest Homes with mountain views. And there's probably more than what you can see right here. You would just click this view all results. And then here's homes zoned for horses. And again, view all results. Zoned for horses that has a stable on the property. There's not very many of those. You can see it didn't even fill out the rest of this area, so you would not need to hit view all results to see more, but there's still another reason you might want to click it. When you go into the view all results of any of these searches, it's going to bring you to this page. This is a magic page. From here, you get the option to modify the search. And when you modify this search, it takes you back to your advanced filters. So you could say, I am hoping to find the what was your filters here? The properties with a stable and I don't even remember what all was in there. Horse property with a stable. But I'm also hoping maybe to make sure that it has, let's just say 10 acres. And remember to go down and actually click on it and see if any of those properties had 10 acres or more. Okay, now you've filtered down to the ones that have at least 10 acres and a stable. And so that's how you can get into the advanced filter section, even from the feature searches that we've put up for you. Let's go into Lake George real quick, take a look at one more. In Lake George, there's 56 properties available, and we've got a mountain view section, homes with water features, and one of my favorites are the homes that back up to National Forest or BLM lands. So here we have that section. Let's click on View All Results. There's 9 total. And then there's the map. And they're anywhere from 2.2 million down to the lower end here. There's one at 199 under contract showing. Active. Okay, there's a good filter we might want to put in. I only want to see active. I don't want the ones that are under contract. So I'm going to go back where I can filter a little more and hit search. And let's see what's actually available there. Okay, so I have 8 results that are active that meet all my criteria. So hopefully that's a good overview of how to tap into all of these great filters, and taking a look at how to deep dive into them just a little bit more.